your best interests. So that's the role that they exist.
Any other questions, comments? That's fine.
My comment is in the context of your role. You are here to protect us. You're not working for anybody else. Is that correct?
No, in fact, I always offer a flat rate fee as part of my contract to show that I don't have a conflict of interest. The price, as it escalates or de-escalates, is the service that I provide. I don't make money off it.
The other thing came to our personal conversation with you. You've done more than just inspecting. You've been in the construction business as well. Is that correct?
Yes. So I'm familiar with building systems, associated building components. So when I'm on the roof, I know what else to look for and what may or may not come up as troublesome. And I also know what the workarounds are. This is the other thing reason why you need a project manager or supervisor. You need somebody to make sure that unforeseen circumstances don't cost you money because it's not dealt with properly or dealt with right away. If you can find an issue and deal with it immediately before it causes either a delay in the roof system or an incorrect installation, you're not out any money. It saves you money in the end. So that's the main reason why you really should have project supervision of some kind, whether it's me or someone else.
Susan, hold on just a sec. Diana was before you.
You said 27 to 34 should be tarped immediately. How are you going to get the approval for that?
We've already looked at that, and Carrie is in conversation with Affiliated about that.
I talked to Affiliated on Friday. They will tarp that building for $275.
And if they get the job, they'll
They'll credit
waive
it
the fee.
back to us.
And if they don't get it,
Then
We
we
gave it
pay
to
$275 for the tarp. And on a few other buildings that he suggests, we tarp parts of it and not the whole roof. But that roof specifically,
So the recommended company by Dawn here, couldn't we ask them to tarp? So
well, Affiliated is one of our top contenders. There's only a couple changes that they haven't made yet on this, I see. They have felt and we're not going felt. We're doing a special
Synthetic underlay.
synthetic underlay that the minute they put that down, it's waterproof. So if they get that down, but they don't get the shingles on that day, it's waterproof.
So before it rains, you have to tarp the roofs, and the contractors may not have been negotiated and determined at that point. So you have to act to prevent water ingress before you actually pick the contract.
Okay, Susan and then the lady behind her.
I should just rest assured everybody that we have been in touch with Crosby throughout this whole process. We have had guidance from them, and we have checked in with them to make sure that everything we have done on our own, in the sense of meeting without Sherilyn present, etc., has been okay. So none of this has been done irrespective of Crosby. So Crosby has been involved with us, and I think the recommendation from Roger attests to that fact.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot your name.
Almina. Yeah, I just wanted to find out what's the ideal time to do this project? What's the ideal time of year?
During the summer.
The summer, okay.
So
So the tarp would go on for the winter?
if you don't
Now it has to go on.
get your SGM and your money's collected in time to do the roof system, then yes, it would. Depends on the type of winter we have. I did a project last year in Richmond, right up to New Year's. To complete the project.
And several of the roofers have told us they roof right through the year, so.
Depends,
Sorry.
depends on the season.
Is there any, you haven't totally picked a company yet for recommendations as of yet?
No,
correct?
we're down to about 4,
Okay.
as you can see by the budget. Yes,
You mentioned that if we've got two options to go one way where we'll have to prepay it right up front, or the other way where they'll work it in sections and we wouldn't have to prepay up front. What would be the dollar difference in the cost, or the percentage difference in the cost of doing it the one way over the other?
None.
None?
Berard Roofing has already indicated that they will take post-dated checks and do the project right away and get paid out over a year.
6 months.
6 months. So no interest costs to the strata. Other contractors I know would work with you and do 4 buildings at a time. And of course, you would just pay them for the 4 buildings. So you pay the project in thirds over a period of time. There's a risk of water ingress during that time period, so you do have to weigh that option carefully. I think if you can get immediate re-roof and then pay for it over a period of time, that's a better option.
Diane?
Is Crosby okay with that, doing it in portions? I mean,
Paying in
yeah,
portions or
when
doing it
you-
in portions?
just the way Don described it, like if we do it in periods.
They're okay with both, with whatever the owners suggest, but time-wise and the time that roofers are on our project, we have between, if we do them all, between 4 and 6 weeks. If we do them a quarter, a quarter, a quarter, and a quarter, we're looking at a year. Or better.
And Crosby will still get charged the 4% for that whole quarter.
Well, however long we take it is their money, is their percentage, and trust me, 4% is still a long time. Any other questions? Yes, Elizabeth?
So if we said that it's like it's 4 to 6 weeks if you did the whole thing?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know.
Let's go.
That's-
Okay, now I have, any other questions, because I have a question to ask you. Do you feel confident with what we've shared with you today to register to have an SGM in 28 days? Show your hand, please. I want this. Melda, you're with us on it. You think this? Bob? Everyone, Mel? Okay. So I will talk to Cheryl tomorrow. They require 7 days. Now what I found out from the last GM, we can change the exact wording of the resolution right up to before we vote. So if we put in about 800,000, but we can bring it in at under 800,000, by the time of the SGM, we can change that number at that time.
At the meeting.
At the meeting. We can, this is stuff I'm just learning. So anyone that has a question about having the SGM, we're okay with the SGM. Diane?
You still have the CRF 100,000 applied?
We do, yes, we can do that. Apply the 100,000 to the CRF. Yes, Danella, please.
They still have to get all the money in though first before they can start, is that it? So how much time are you giving them?
They have to get in 50% of the money anyway. But in this next week, I should have information from Van City, and I'm hoping to have by the end of next week, where they will come and talk to people about owners. If we can get, I figure there's probably 40 to 50 owners that are gonna need some kind of financing, even if it's a line of credit till your investments come up for renewal. And we want the best price percentage-wise. And if we do this as a group, we will get the best price. Trust me, they were hungry for our business. 50 owners or better for a loan? Yeah. Yes, Glenda?
If, like on the vote, if we did decide to use 100,000
Yes.
out of the contingency fund, don't we have
Or
to pay?
can you,
Don't we have to pay it back?
no, that's our money. That's our money that we take, I believe it's a percentage or 10,000 a year we put in. About that, about 10,000 a year we put into the CRF fund.
And it doesn't have to be repaid?
No, that's ours. There's a percentage that we can't use because we use for other things.
CRF means contingency.
Yes.
replacing your roof is a contingency.
I thought it would cover the entire cost. I mean, so there you go. Imagine the shock.
In 10 years, we can replace that 100,000.
Yes, in 10 years we would replace it.
Or sooner.
Teresa?
I have a question. Maybe there are some that still have that loan from the water. That has to be paid before they can get another loan?
We don't know that. That would
No,
be-
but I'm just saying in case there's somebody here that has still that loan because they did not have to pay it till they sell. And if they haven't sold it, because that's an interest-free loan, but if you want to borrow more money, that loan has to be paid first.
Okay, I know that Nina from the mortgage broker, she had 8 different suggestions on how to deal with it.
So they know about that?
Yes, they know about
That's
that.
what I want.
Okay, is everyone interested in having them come talk to us?
Yes.
Okay. Any last questions? Ideas? Diane?
So our next meeting, you're gonna have this all consolidated into the recommendations?
Yes, I'm
for-
hoping to have that 2 weeks.
I would think so.
So 2 weeks from today, I would like to only have one meeting. I don't want people getting different information at the afternoon meeting than the evening meeting. I'm trying to tape it, we'll see if it works. But yeah, I would aim for 2 weeks from today that we have a better consolidated thing down to probably 4 companies.
So which one are those?
You can go by, they're all in the 7s. The 7s, okay. Or maybe, I don't know, if it's a name, I don't have one. Okay, so at the moment we have Farrar, Aetna, affiliated, SPR.
Question.
Yes?
2 weeks from today is the long weekend.
Oh, goodness.
Some people might not
Okay, do you
care.
want to have it on the Tuesday evening after the long weekend? Does that work for people?
Sorry?
Only if you what? Oh.
But that's fine with me. I think to have it on a Sunday of a long
Okay,
weekend.
sorry,
is
my
not-
dates, I don't
yeah.
have a clue. Is the Tuesday evening okay with most people? So that would be the 4th of September at 7 p.m. That allows everyone, or most people, to get home from work. And I will put a flyer up as we go. Now, before we dismiss, are we done with the roofs? Because I have a couple other announcements. Yes. We're done with the roofs? Yeah. We have hired Wolfgang Painters to be doing our surrounds on our front doors, surrounds on the garage doors, and the lower unit doors. I'm meeting with them on Tuesday, so we will be putting together a time frame. So if you are going on holidays, we really need to know, because we're gonna need access to your place to get.
What about around the window? I know there's some chipping around.
On the front door, you mean?
No, the windows, the windows around, like a kitchen window. I know there's some paint coming off around the window.
Can we talk about that after? Bob,
You mentioned painting doors.
on the lower units, they weren't
You mean the
done,
patio doors?
no, your front door.
Front doors?
They
It's metal
were-
clad. Nothing wrong with it.
Well, for some of them, Bob, they may not need doing, some of them are in pretty rough shape.
No, are they?
Yeah.
So how's it?
But, okay, so the other factor, thanks to Diane and Cleon, we have this money in our budget from last year. We carried it over. So this is already paid. We have this money. So thanks to them. We have this money. It's under 10,000, it's 7,000. I know it's not. It's 9,300. As long as it's under the 10,000. It's under the 10,000, we have the budget. Susan?
Can I just remind all the people that borrowed Don Marsh's reports from the back table, you are welcome to look at them. Please leave them there and do not take them with you. Put them back on the table. Thank
And
you.
the other thing is, just to let you know that I'm exhausted today due to the fact of a plumbing problem last night, I was up from midnight to 4 a.m. with the plumbers doing a problem that they should have caught in the morning, so we're gonna fight their bill. So we're gonna have some maintenance stuff coming up this fall that we're gonna have to do. The drains from the kitchens of the apartments are one of them. And we have the horizontal ones, we have that book and we have the money put aside for that, right, Diane? Yes, I'm sorry, I forgot.
I'm Peggy.
Hi, Peggy.
I'll try to bell. You're talking about the painting and such, that is the townhouses?
Yes.
Can I ask when we are going to get our outside deck doors painted and the storerooms?
We,
In the apartments, I can't recall the last time that ours were painted. They're pretty.
okay, we're gonna have to talk about that because that's not in our budget at the moment. But please, anyone that has comments, that's one of the problems we had as a